Hi, this is Mato. In this video I will show the game between Anand and Boris Gelfand. As is known, 12 games with classic time control ended in a draw of 6 each. So in accordance with the rules, the chess champion was determined through additional rapid chess games. The opponents had to play 4 games with control of 25 minutes to the end plus 10 seconds per move. Anand had white pieces and started with e4. So it is tiebreak game 2 of 4. e4, c5, knight to f3, knight to c6. We have seen this in previous games. Rossolimo attack. e6, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, and now b3. Anand was mixing this with d3, and looks like that Anand's team has found some improvement for white. Knight takes on e5, queen to e7, bishop to b2 was played in previous games. Now d4, novelty. d6, attacking knight. Knight takes pawn, queen takes on e4, check. Attacking knight, the only move is queen to e2. Queens are exchanged. And bishop to b7, attacking knight. Knight to a5, attacking bishop. Bishop takes pawn on g2. Rook to g1. Bishop to h3. And pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. Knight to c3, developing knight. Interesting move from Boris. He castled. Bishop to f4. Now king is kind of in trouble. b8 and c7 are controlled by bishop, and b7 by knight. So this is logical continuation. But white is still slightly better. Bishop takes bishop. Rook takes. And now first move that comes to mind is rook takes pawn. Rook to g5 was played. So this is anyway interesting move. Rook takes on g7. And then knight to h6, defending pawn on f7. Rook to g3. Check. Rook to e3. This is another way to continue, but Anand preferred rook to g5, attacking pawn on c5. He wants to create passed pawn. Knight to f6. Rook takes pawn, check. King to b8. Knight to c4, attacking rook. Rook to e8, check. Knight to e3. And now knight to g4. Knight from c to d5. Knight takes knight. Why not grabbing that pawn? That would be a mistake. Let's have a look at this variation. If knight takes, then rook to h1, attacking knight. And where is knight going? If check, then king to d3. And now knight can't go to f3 because knight takes bishop. If rook to h6, then rook takes, knight takes, and white is better. So knight takes on e3. Knight takes knight. Check. f3. And white is a pawn up, but position is evaluated as equal. Bishop to c8, rook to e1, rook to h6. Sadly, Anand had to move his rook again. Rook from h to e6, attacking knight. Rook to c3, f5, threat is f4, winning knight. King to d2, f4, knight to d5, g5, defending pawn. Rook to d3, check. King to c1, rook to f2, not only attacking pawn, but idea is to bring another rook to e2. h4, attacking pawn on g5, rook from e to e2, attacking pawn on c2. Defending and now white is slightly better. Threat is pawn takes pawn, rook takes pawn on h7, bishop to b7, rook to d1, pawn takes pawn, knight takes on f4 attacking rook, rook to e8, rook to h1, rook to c8, and rooks are exchanged. Rook takes on h4, bishop to f5, pawn on c2 is under attack, rook to h5, this way black had to capture with bishop, rook to b5, check, king to a8, knight to d5, that is checkmate, on c7, a6 making room for king to escape, attacking pawn, king to b7, knight to b4, attacking bishop and pawn, bishop to g6, white won a pawn, black captured on f3, knight to c5 check, forking both pieces, defending with pawn, rook to f4 attacking pawn on b4, a3, rook to g4, black is thinking about pushing his pawn, king to d2, getting king centralized, h5, knight to d7, king to b7, that was check, knight to e5, attacking rook, forking rook and bishop, check, king to c3, bishop to e8, knight to d3, h4, bishop is stronger piece than knight, but when you have only little time left on the clock, then knight may be stronger. Rook attacking bishop, bishop to g6, knight to f4, forking two pieces, check, king to d4, bishop to c2, rook to h5, attacking pawn, rook takes pawn, rook takes pawn, rook to g3, knight to d5, rook to g5, b5, bishop to f5, rook to h6, bishop to g4, rook to f6. There was lots of maneuvering. A rook to f5. Black would like to exchange rooks, then it's easier to make a draw. Rook to b6, king to a7, rook to g6 attacking bishop, bishop to f3, check, king to b8, knight to c3, bishop to b7, king to c4, bishop to f3, king to b4, king is going to hide behind the pawn, bishop to d5, knight to a4, rook to f7, rook to g5 attacking bishop, bishop to f3, knight to c5, king to c7, rook to g6, king to d8, king to a5, rook to f5, check, king to c8, knight to d4, forking rook and bishop, rook to f8, knight takes bishop. It's easier to win now. Okay, this is now interesting part. Rook to b3, rook to g8, king to d7, rook to b8, and in this position Boris resigned. He had only little time left on his clock, but even if he had time, he would still lose, because this technique is known as building a bridge. Okay, let's have a look how white would win this. Let's say black plays rook to c3, then king to a7, rook to c1, b6, rook to a1, king to b7, rook to b1, rook to g8, king to d6, check, king to d7, rook to g7, check, king to d8, king to a7, check, king to b8, rook to b1, b7, rook to a1, rook to g4, and we are going to see the bridge now very shortly. Check, pushing king farther away from the pawn. King to c7, check. King to b6, rook to b2, check. King to c6, check. King to b5, check. Rook to b4, rook takes rook, king takes, and the black king is too slow to catch the pawn. Let's sum it up. Anand playing white won a pawn, but black got its compensation in the form of 2 bishops. In stubborn defense, Gelfand reached a drawish position, but spent a lot of time dealing with the problems in front of him. And under the most acute time pressure, he made an error and lost. The tie break ended with a score of 2.5, 1.5 in favor of Vishwanath Anand, who retained his world title. There was no need for blitz game, Armageddon and tribulation. And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess and bye for now.